In a grand chamber of the Galactic Council, the atmosphere was tense. Bright lights illuminated the faces of the council members, who sat in a circular formation. Each alien species had a representative here, and their colors and shapes were as different as their cultures. However, today they all shared a look of concern. Zara, a young diplomat from the peaceful Fronian race, stood at the center of the room. Her green skin shimmered under the lights, and her large eyes sparkled with excitement. "We must explore Earth's hidden fleet," she urged. "We have the chance to learn about humans and their powerful technology." A murmur of disagreement spread among the council. Korath, the stern leader of the warlike Zilvans, stood up. His deep voice echoed in the chamber. "But what if the fleet is dangerous? Humans disappeared for a reason. We cannot risk our safety for curiosity." Zara nodded, understanding the fear in Korath's words. Many members shared his concerns. The memory of the last war was still fresh. The Galactic Council had fought against powerful foes, and the scars of battle ran deep. But Zara felt a burning desire to understand. "What if humans left us something valuable?" she replied, trying to calm the room. "They were advanced, and their fleet could help us protect our worlds." Another council member, a wise elder named Alara, raised her hand. Her skin glimmered like silver, and her voice was soft, yet powerful. "Zara makes a good point. If the fleet is still functional, it might be an ally, not an enemy. We should consider the possibilities." Korath crossed his arms, still skeptical. "And what if we awaken something that should stay asleep? What if their technology is meant for war? We might bring destruction upon ourselves." As the debate continued, Zara felt a mix of fear and determination. She remembered the stories of humans, brave, creative, and filled with wonder. She believed their fleet could be a bridge between their worlds, not a weapon. "We should send a small team first," Zara suggested. "We can gather information and decide from there. If we find danger, we can retreat. But if we find knowledge, it could change everything." The room fell silent for a moment as the council members considered her words. Zara's heart raced as she hoped they would see her vision. She looked around the circle, searching for support. Then a soft voice broke the silence. It was Tarek, a member of the peaceful Luminarian race. His skin glowed with soft colors, reflecting his calm nature. "I believe we should explore, but we must be careful. A small team can observe and report back without causing alarm." Korath's eyes narrowed, but he didn't argue. The idea of a small team seemed less threatening, and it offered a chance to gather information. Zara could see the council members beginning to reconsider. Alara leaned forward, a smile creeping onto her face. "Let's not forget the lessons of our past. Sometimes understanding can lead to peace. If we do nothing, we may miss out on a great opportunity." Slowly, other council members began to nod in agreement. The tension in the room began to lift, replaced by a sense of curiosity and hope. Zara felt her heart swell with joy. Perhaps they could bridge the gap between their species and the lost legacy of humanity. Finally, Korath sighed, his expression softening. "Very well. We will send a small team to Earth, but we must prepare for anything. If danger lurks there, we must be ready." Zara beamed with excitement. "Thank you. We will learn from the past and respect the legacy of humans." As the council agreed to her proposal, Zara knew this was just the beginning. The adventure ahead held mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and she felt a surge of hope for the future of their worlds. With determination in her heart, she looked forward to the journey that awaited them. Zara and her team of aliens prepared for their journey to Earth with excitement and a little bit of nervousness. The spaceship hummed as it powered up, ready to take them to the planet that had once been home to humanity. As they traveled through the stars, Zara thought about what they might discover. After a short trip, they landed on a remote area of Earth. The air was fresh and the sky was a brilliant blue. Zara stepped out of the spaceship, her eyes wide with wonder. She could see ancient trees and distant mountains untouched by time. It felt magical to be on a planet that held so many secrets. The team set off to find a hidden data center rumored to contain human knowledge. After walking for hours through lush forests and over rocky hills, they finally reached the entrance. It was an old building covered in vines and moss. The walls looked like they had stood there for centuries, and Zara felt a thrill of anticipation. As they entered, the darkness swallowed them. Zara turned on a small light device, and the beam illuminated dusty computers and shelves filled with books. "Look at this!" One of her team members, a Zilvan named Kor, exclaimed. He pointed to a large screen that still flickered with life. "We can access their history here." Zara hurried over, her heart racing. The screen showed images of humans, their cities, inventions, and artworks. There were videos of people laughing, dancing, and working together. Zara felt a warmth in her heart. "They were beautiful," she whispered. Core typed on the dusty keyboard, and the screen shifted to show maps of ancient Earth. It displayed continents, oceans, and borders that had changed over time. Zara marveled at how humans had traveled across the globe, discovering new lands and cultures. They were explorers, she said, feeling inspired. As Core explored more, he found stories about humans who fought for their freedom and rights. Zara read about brave leaders who stood up against injustice and brought people together. She realized that humanity was not just about technology, but also about heart and courage. "These stories are important," she said to her team. "We must remember their spirit." The team spent hours sifting through information. They learned about human art and music, their love for nature, and their desire for peace. Zara discovered a book filled with poems, expressing feelings of love and hope. Each word resonated with her, and she felt a deep connection to the past. But then Core found something unexpected. He pulled up a file marked "Warning." Zara's excitement turned to worry as she read the message. It warned about a great danger that humans had faced and how they had prepared for it. "What if this danger still exists?" Core asked, his voice serious. Zara thought for a moment. "We need to understand what this warning means. It could help us protect ourselves and honor their legacy." The team agreed, and they focused on finding more information about the threat. As they dug deeper, they uncovered records of powerful machines and weapons created by humans. These machines were designed for defense, but they also had the potential for destruction. Zara felt a mix of fear and responsibility. "We must learn from their mistakes," she said. "We cannot let history repeat itself." After hours of research, the team felt exhausted but accomplished. They had uncovered a treasure trove of knowledge, but they also understood the weight of what they had found. Zara looked at her team, determination shining in her eyes. "We need to go back to the council and share what we've learned. We must be the guardians of this history." As they prepared to leave, Zara took one last look at the data center. She felt a sense of gratitude for the humans who had come before them. Their legacy was not just in their technology, but in their hopes, dreams, and lessons learned. With this knowledge, she was ready to face whatever came next. With hearts full of purpose, Zara and her team stepped back into their spaceship, ready to share the incredible stories of humanity with the Galactic Council. The journey had just begun, and the adventure ahead was full of possibilities. After a long day of exploring the data center, Zara and her team felt both excited and exhausted. They had discovered incredible stories about humanity, but there was still so much to learn. As they gathered around the large screen they had used earlier, Zara noticed something unusual. A small, dusty console sat in the corner, covered in cobwebs. "What's that?" asked Core, the Zilvan. He pointed to the console, his curiosity piqued. Zara approached it, brushing away the dust. The console had a faded screen and buttons that looked very old. "I'm not sure," Zara replied, her heart racing with anticipation. "Let's see if we can turn it on." Core and another team member, a luminarian named Tarek, joined her. They pressed a few buttons, and suddenly, the console whirred to life. A flickering light appeared, and they could see a projection of a human figure starting to form in the air above them. The team gasped in awe as the hologram took shape. The figure was a human man, dressed in a formal outfit. His face looked serious but kind. "Greetings," he said, his voice clear and strong. "If you are seeing this message, it means that my people and I are no longer here. We have left our legacy for those who come after us." Zara felt a chill run down her spine. The message was like a bridge between their worlds. The human continued. "We faced many challenges, and we learned from them. Our greatest mistake was underestimating the dangers that lurked beyond our understanding." The hologram's eyes seemed to look directly at Zara and her team. "We built our fleet to protect ourselves, but we also created powerful weapons that could cause great harm. If you find our technology, remember it must be used wisely." Zara's heart raced as she listened. The human spoke with a sense of urgency, and she could feel the weight of his words. "If you seek knowledge about us, seek also to understand our choices. Our history is filled with both triumphs and failures. Learn from them, and do not repeat our mistakes." Kor leaned closer to the hologram, his expression a mix of wonder and fear. "Why did they disappear?" he whispered. The hologram continued. "We chose to go into hiding, believing it was the best way to protect what remained of our kind. But our legacy is not just about survival. It is about connection, peace, and learning from one another." Zara felt tears welling in her eyes. She realized how important it was for the council to understand these messages. The human spoke again. "If you wish to find us, look not for our bodies but for our spirit. The spirit of curiosity, creativity, and compassion. These qualities will lead you to the right path." As the hologram spoke, the room filled with a sense of hope. Zara felt inspired by the words. She could almost sense the humanity behind the hologram, a longing for connection and understanding. The projection flickered, and the human's image began to fade. "Remember," he said, his voice now softer, "the future is in your hands. Choose wisely." With that, the hologram vanished, leaving Zara and her team in stunned silence. The room felt heavy with the weight of the message. Zara looked at her team, her heart full of determination. "We must share this with the council. They need to understand the importance of this message. Humans faced many challenges, but they also held great wisdom." Kor nodded, still trying to process what they had just witnessed. "This changes everything," he said, his voice filled with urgency. "We can't ignore what we've learned." Tarek stepped forward, his eyes shining with excitement. "Let's gather all the information we have and prepare to present it. The council will need to know about the risks and the hopes of humanity." Zara took a deep breath, feeling the gravity of the task ahead. "We will honor their legacy by learning from it. Their spirit will guide us." With renewed purpose, Zara and her team gathered their findings, knowing they had a crucial responsibility. They were not just explorers, they were ambassadors of understanding, ready to share the lessons of humanity with the Galactic Council. The adventure was far from over, and the message they carried would shape their future. As Zara and her team prepared to leave the data center, they felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. They had uncovered vital information about humanity, and now they had to share it with the Galactic Council. Zara knew this was a pivotal moment for both her team and the entire galaxy. After a long journey back to their home base, they entered the Grand Council chamber. It was a large room filled with representatives from various planets, all eagerly awaiting news from Zara and her team. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation, and Zara felt the weight of their gazes upon her. Zara stepped forward, her heart racing. "Esteemed council members," she began, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "We have returned from Earth with important findings that could change the future of our galaxy." The room fell silent. Zara glanced at her team, who stood beside her, their expressions reflecting a mix of pride and nervousness. She took a deep breath and continued. "We found a hidden data center filled with knowledge about humanity. They were not just a race of powerful beings, they were filled with creativity, love, and dreams." A council member from the planet Philora raised an eyebrow. "And what is this knowledge? Why should it concern us?" His tone was skeptical, but Zara sensed a flicker of curiosity. Zara pressed on. Humans faced many challenges throughout their history, including conflicts and dangers from outside forces. They built advanced technology, but they also learned important lessons about cooperation and compassion. We discovered a holographic message from a human who warned us about their mistakes and encouraged us to learn from them. The room erupted into whispers. The council members exchanged glances, some intrigued and others doubtful. Zara felt the need to capture their full attention. Their message was clear. The future of our galaxy is in our hands. We must choose wisely. Kor stepped forward, his voice passionate. "We have seen their creativity and strength. If we can harness their spirit, we can create a better future for all. The danger they faced may still exist. We must prepare for it together." Tarek added, "Imagine what we could achieve if we unite our knowledge and skills with what humanity once had. We can build a coalition that protects every world, not just our own." A council member from the planet Telenos, known for her wisdom, raised her hand to speak. "You are suggesting we learn from a civilization that has vanished? What makes you think we can do that?" Zara met her gaze, feeling the urgency in her heart. "Because humanity's spirit lives on. They left behind lessons that are as relevant today as they were 500,000 years ago. We can use their knowledge to strengthen our defenses and promote peace among our worlds." The council members looked thoughtful. Zara could see that her words were beginning to resonate. Imagine a galaxy where we work together to protect each other. We can prevent the mistakes of the past and create a brighter future for all our species. Kor spoke again, his voice filled with conviction. We have the power to build alliances. By sharing what we know about humanity, we can inspire hope and unity, but we must act quickly. Time is not on our side. Zara nodded. We need to form a task force dedicated to studying humanity's legacy and preparing our defenses. Let us honor their memory by ensuring that their spirit of curiosity, creativity, and compassion guides our actions. The council members began to murmur among themselves, and Zara felt a spark of hope. She knew that if they could convince the council to take action, it would be a step toward unity. Finally, the council leader stood up, his expression serious but hopeful. Let us consider their message. We will hold a vote on forming this task force. If we accept this call to action, we will open the door to a new era of cooperation among our worlds. Zara felt her heart soar. This was the moment they had worked so hard for. As the council deliberated, she looked at her team, who shared her hope and determination. Together, they had sparked a conversation that could lead to real change. With the spirit of humanity guiding them, Zara and her team stood ready for whatever lay ahead. They had answered the call to action, and now they would help shape the future of the galaxy. The council meeting was over, and excitement filled the air. Zara and her team had received approval to set off for Earth. They were to gather more information about humanity and explore the hidden fleet that had been discovered. The decision brought a wave of relief and eagerness among them. Zara stood on the observation deck of their ship, the Star Voyager, as it prepared for launch. She gazed out at the stars twinkling in the dark expanse of space. This is it, she thought. We are finally going to uncover the secrets of humanity. Kor, the Zilvan, joined her. Are you ready for this? He asked, his eyes shining with excitement. His long green hair flowed in the soft breeze of the ship's ventilation system. I am, Zara replied, feeling a mix of nerves and enthusiasm. This is a chance to learn more about the humans and their technology. We need to be prepared for anything. Tarek, the Luminarian, walked over, his expression serious. We should gather all our equipment and prepare for a thorough search. We don't know what we will find down there. Their technology could be far more advanced than ours. As the countdown began, Zara felt her heart race. The ship's engines hummed with energy, vibrating through her body. She took a deep breath and reminded herself of the importance of their mission. We are not just exploring a planet, we are uncovering the past, she thought. Finally, the ship launched, and they were propelled into the vastness of space. The stars whizzed by as the Star Voyager navigated through the cosmos, heading toward Earth. Zara felt a sense of wonder as she looked out the window, imagining the rich history of humanity waiting for them below. As they approached Earth, the view of the planet became clearer. It was a beautiful blue orb surrounded by fluffy white clouds. Zara felt a rush of emotions. She was about to walk on a planet that had once been home to a vibrant civilization. Prepare for landing, Zara called to her team. Everyone moved quickly, following their assigned tasks. The ship descended smoothly, and Zara's excitement grew with each passing second. When they landed, the atmosphere was different from what they were used to. The air felt thick with history. As they stepped out of the ship, they were greeted by the warm sunlight filtering through the trees. They stood on a grassy hill overlooking what remained of an ancient city. Wow! Kor exclaimed, gazing at the ruins. This is incredible! Just imagine what it was like when humans thrived here. Zara took a moment to soak it all in. The remnants of the city told stories of a once bustling civilization. We need to start our search, she said, her voice filled with determination. The team divided into groups to explore different areas of the ruins. Zara and Tarek ventured toward a large building that appeared to be a museum. The walls were covered in vines, and the entrance was partially blocked by fallen debris. They carefully made their way inside, their flashlights illuminating the dark corners. Inside, the air was musty, but it was also filled with an undeniable sense of wonder. Zara spotted old displays showcasing human achievements, art, technology, and culture. Look at this, she called out to Tarek, pointing at a holographic display of Earth's history. Tarek approached, his eyes wide. This is amazing! We can learn so much from these artifacts. As they explored, Zara stumbled upon a small room tucked away at the back of the museum. Inside, she found a dusty console similar to the one they had encountered earlier. "Tarek! Come here!" she shouted, her heart racing again. Tarek joined her, and together they wiped away the dust. "Let's see if it still works," Zara said, feeling hopeful. After a few moments of tinkering, the console powered on, and a holographic projection began to appear. It flickered to life, revealing images of humans working together, building cities and exploring their planet. Zara felt a surge of pride and determination. "This is it! We are going to uncover their story, and we will honor their legacy." With newfound energy, Zara and her team delved deeper into the ruins, ready to uncover the mysteries of humanity's past. They knew this mission was just beginning, and the journey ahead would be filled with discoveries that could change everything.